Project The Gifted is about the children who, despite their young age, have already decided what to be and what they want to achieve in life. They chose a challenging way full of numerous tasks, work, and constant self-development. And that is exactly what makes them be known, successful, and famous.
Если поместить цинк в метрический среду, то из цинка потекут по проводу электроны в батарейку. А цинк, то есть медь, будет забирать эти электроны, то есть принимать к себе. И батарейка работает.
Every child needs the attention of their parents. However, modern fathers and mothers are sometimes too busy with daily activities and concerned that they have no time left for their children. So developmental centers, kindergartens, and sports sections remain the only way out of such cases. So sometimes it happens that in matter of knowledge of the world, coaches and educators replace busy parents for children. However, the hero of our program, the young know-it-all and future scientist, Yegor Bannyi, did not go to kindergarten or to development centers. His first guide to the world of knowledge was his mother. Natalya is a communications engineer by profession, but after the birth of her son, she decided that her main purpose in life is to give the child maximum attention and care. A few months after the birth of Yegor, Natalya developed her own training system for him, and this brought amazing results. Now he is 7, but his knowledge is really impressive. The boy is very good at mathematics, chemistry, knows physics, and geography. In addition, he is a funny, open, and very active child. When we went for a walk, I took him in my arms. I had a special thing here. And we went, I told him, showed where the trees are, that these are trees, they are green, the leaves are there, birds. We learned to listen to the wind, the sound of water, the rustling of leaves. Even when we were at home, he seemed to be a little baby. It seems as if he does not understand anything, but in fact, the child absolutely understands everything. When we heard the sound of the elevator, I said, "Do you hear the sound of the elevator?" He turned his head once. The same happened when we heard the song of little sparrows, when somewhere someone opened the door. Natalya drew attention to the fact that her 6-month baby not only understands a lot, but also clearly absorbs any information. I began to explain more to him, with pauses between words. I say, "Yegor, look, this is me, Mom." And I did pauses between words. I showed to him a finger, second finger, and that's how we counted with him, with the fingers, the buttons. I had 5 buttons here. 1, 2, 3, 4. On the 5th I pressed 5. And he laughs. That's how we communicated with him. And then when he was 9 months old, he was sitting on my lap. A toy fell from my hands. And he says, "It fell." I was about to cry. The mom engineer, with her own hands, made a child developing board. She made holes in it in the form of circles, ovals, triangles, squares, Christmas trees, and cut out for them fingers of different colors. Little Egor picked out the objects of suitable shape and color with interest, coping with this task better and better every day. Natalya tirelessly opened the world around him to her son. She told how it works, what it consists of, how the law of nature works, and she did it on the example of very simple things. Suppose if this is a tomato, then I told all associations with it. It is round, it is red, it is smooth, both tactile and visual, and what's inside. For example, it is wet, there are seeds. What is it? You can eat it. It is edible, and from it, you can grow a plant. I tried to tell him about all that is connected with these subjects, and so all that surrounds us. For example, here are some pebbles he studied, took in his hands, looked somewhere up in the sky, and I told all this absolutely everything that surrounds us, the whole world, what it consists of. I was afraid to give something. Well, respectively, I am a technician, so I told him how the refrigerator works, not in detail of course, or how the car works. I did not say bibika, the car. It has an engine, ignition, wheels, some stitches, a spark plug, and this is all technically explained, and he became interested. Inquisitive mind of the child absorbs knowledge, and it has a great influence on his development. By the time he was 6 months old, Yegor was standing on his feet, and when he was 10 months old, he was running. At 1.5 years, he learned the alphabet and could already count to 20, name all the main geometric shapes and colors. At the age of 3, he began to read syllables, add and subtract simple numbers. Over time, drawing and modeling were added to the hobbies of Egor. Now, he draws beautifully and even creates figures of favorite cartoon characters. Beak orange. Can we take it? What else? Little black eyes? Egor, since childhood, is surrounded by classical music. His father plays the trumpet in the Capital Philharmonic and performs in his group. Often he travels outside the city, country to give a concert. On such trips, they go with the whole family. Therefore, probably Egor also showed interest in geography. We are now talking a lot about geography with him. First of all, you should buy a beautiful globe, bring home and say, "Look, son, how cool! We can see with you, see the land. We're going by train." Immediately, you should say where is the west and where is the east? Where are we going? Today he asked, "What is this flag on the car number?" I tell him, "This is our neighboring republic. What country borders the south of Kazakhstan?" We began to list, "It is Kyrgyzstan." Each such trip turns into a fascinating lesson, not only in geography, but also in culture, natural science, and even physics. Most recently, a boy with his parents traveled from Nur-Sultan to Almaty. The city met the guests of the capital with sunny weather, pleased with beautiful views from the height of bird flight. Climbing the cable car struck Yegor's imagination. And in the meantime, his parents, without losing moment, had a fun lesson in physics for him. I wonder how the solar battery works. It is clear that things are soaking up the sunshine, and in the end, it turns solar energy. How is it possible? How can the sun soak up? It is not water? Well, it absorbs it somehow. Light is not water, so means that light has some kind of power? Of course has. What? Is it possible to somehow check on the experiments? Well, of course. For example, deflate the air from the bulb, make a vacuum, raise the propeller with the thinnest foil there. But only there must be a final vacuum. What is a vacuum? Is this some kind of scary person? Not. Vacuum is when there is no air. There you need to pump out all the air and send a beam of light to this foil. And the foil should move. Under the pressure of light, the foil begins to move. Yegor and Dad watch many educational programs about different countries of the world and discuss together. They discuss the customs and traditions of the people of the world, study their culture.
Я бы хотела еще в Японию съездить. Но вообще в Японии культура там вообще очень...
I would like to go to Japan. Well, in general, I appreciate Japanese culture. It is very, very clean. No one litters there. There, their shoes are so clean that they can go straight home in their shoes. Everything is automated. They have a culture. They are well cultural. They do not litter. There is no papers on the street, only in the trash. There, ordinary people come out on the streets and just take their mops and clean the streets. They just clean the streets. But the fact that I didn't like it, that even a small cafe, there was a huge queue.
Очередь гигантская.
Parents decided that if a son thinks about traveling, foreign languages will definitely be useful to him. They decided to start with English. From the very first lesson, Egor became interested in a new subject for himself and with keen interest began to learn the language of international communication. What color is it? Yellow. Yellow and brown. Yellow and brown. Well done, Yegor. He has been working with me since March, and in the first lessons, he was already able to show his skills. We have already learned several topics with him about animals, clothes, colors. He knows all these words, remembers well. Also, we did retellings of the text. He has very good memory. He is very active, always actively participates during classes. He wants to be first everywhere. He always raises his hand at lessons, and he never fails to do that. He is always ready for the lesson. He tries to go to the blackboard first and get a good grade. Parents play an important role. After the lesson, she asks how he did today. What is the result? Mom is always with him. She helps, supports him.
Мама всегда рядом с ним, всегда ему помогает, поддерживает.
He has one more passion. It is chemistry. He began to study the periodic table when he was only 5 years old. He asked it as a gift. He watches various programs, listens to scientific bloggers who share knowledge in chemistry and physics for high school students or students. The young scientist discusses all the incomprehensible questions with his mother. Natalya also tries to visually convey to her son complex scientific disciplines and even repeats simple experiments with him. Egor delves into the topic so deeply that he can easily repeat or explain any experience he has done with his mother.
Шарик обычный. Вот здесь вход, куда ты дуешь. Туда присоединяешь трубу.
This is a normal ball. Here is the entrance where you blow. There, you attach a pipe, a small tube. You should stick it strongly. You stick a disc there, and you need to leave a hole. And then, you take to fill this ball so that it has a lot of air. Then, you put it on the ground, and it starts to go through the air. It seems it moves on wheels, but in fact, it is air.
Землю, и он начинает по воздуху идти. Как будто на колесиках. На самом деле он на воздухе.
Yegor's amazing abilities were appreciated not only in Kazakhstan, but also in Russia. Famous TV presenter Maxim Galkin invited the young scientist to his show. Egor simply amazed many viewers of this program, admitting that in the future he wants to become a nuclear physicist. And the boy easily completed the quest prepared for him and showed everyone not only a broad outlook and extensive knowledge, but also surprised them with his cheerful nature. Oh, what is it? Ball with a question. Yes? Where did it come from? I do not know. Probably someone was there. Let's read. What is inertia? What is inertia? Tell the viewers. I will tell you about the law of inertia. This is Newton's first law. If other bodies do not act on the body, then it will move evenly and rectilinearly. You can even take such a motorcycle. He rides and counts ravens. And a raven says to him, "Car." That means, hey, look at the traffic light. The red light comes on. It sharply bulged his eyes and stopped. When it continued to go a little more, it is called stopping distance. It is also inertia. Of course, Yegor's parents are very proud of his erudition and intellect. But still, the main thing for them is to see that the son grows up as a kind, sympathetic, fair, and positive person. Yegor is very emotional. He can be surprised by many things, even if he runs through the fountains. For him, it feels like he is running for the first time. He takes pleasure in all of this. He is very kind, sympathetic. He is helpful and does not like cruelty, anger. He does not understand when, for example, children push each other. Well, some children push each other, and for them, it is acceptable. For example, someone pushed the other child, or closed a door, or tripped another one. He does not understand this. He plays with some positive aspects, emotions. He often worries about others. If something happened to someone, we worry about that together. Let's play the game. What's it called? Zamiralka. Zamiralka? This is something new. Let's play in silence. 1, 2, 3.
Первое, что Егор, он у нас очень раскрепощенный, открытый и веселый.
Egor is open and cheerful. This is probably the most important thing. Yes, we cannot deny he is intellectual. It is because his outlook is vast. The main thing is that he is an open child.
Главное, что он веселый, открытый ребенок.
Parents of Yegor Bannyi show that everyone can cultivate a child's interest in knowledge, curiosity, and high emotional intelligence. The main thing is to pay maximum attention to your child, to work tirelessly on his development. Of course, much depends on the child himself. He must strive for knowledge, have a healthy curiosity, and a desire to learn. These qualities are embedded in all children by nature. It is important not to close his interest, but to develop it even more. then new knowledge will come, and with it will certainly be joy, love of life, personal growth, and self-confidence.